Welcome back to Wake Up America. It is extremely important to us here at Newsmax to honor those that serve and to remember the fallen. And our next guest agrees. Here to talk about his latest project, let's welcome back the founder and CEO of the Talent War Group, former Navy SEAL Mike Sarraille. Mike, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Allison, thank you for having me back.
Of course. And, you are part of something very important and very special to fallen soldiers. Talk to us about that.
So first off, I'm an ambassador for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation, led by General Clay Hutmacher, and they provide for the education of the kids of the fallen special operators. And Legacy Expeditions, which we've created, is sort of an extension of that. I'm the founder of a consulting firm called Talent War Group, and sometimes we take executive leadership teams into the field, to the wild, for personal development and team development. But certain CEOs and certain very high performing business leaders still needed more. And that's where we identified the need. And then there's a want for us as well, because there's a lot of special operations guys that just want to feel that thrill again of the gunfight or jumping out of an airplane. And that's where Legacy Expedition sort of came to fruition.
Yeah, because this is really an adrenaline-fueled event, right? This isn't somebody who's light at heart. So it does three specific things. So one of them is to provide an outlet for special operations veterans to feel, as you mentioned, what they used to do, that adrenaline. Because I can imagine, Mike, when you're retired and you're not doing what you did, and then you're maybe sitting at a desk job, or how do you even go from that to sitting at a desk? Because this must be so important for these men and women to feel that again.
Well, when I figured that out, I'll let you know. This was one outlet for them. When we went to Mount Everest, which was sort of the proof of concept for Legacy Expeditions, and we skydived into some of the highest drop zones, a lot of my buddies called me with only 2 weeks left before we left and said, hey, how do I get on this trip?
Yeah.
And one, I couldn't raise the money, and time was a factor. So as we grow this with the right private sector partners, CEOs who want that thrill, who want to push their personal bounds to grow, and the right sponsors, I can bring more veterans on these trips, give them that experience. And let me tell you, you feel those bonds, that camaraderie again. You feel the growth, you feel the spiritual growth. In Everest alone, that terrain was so dominating, it made you feel small in a very good way.
Well, that's the whole part of being in the military, is being part of a team, right?
Oh, that's what I miss the most. It's a tribe.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, it's a tribe. And when you leave the military, that tribe sort of goes away. That support mechanism goes away.
Well, let's talk about the next adventure. It's happening in Iceland, and you're going to jump out of a plane over the Ring of Fire? Talk to us about that.
So Andy Stumpf, who's a retired Navy SEAL, he's the host of the Clear It Hot podcast. He also broke the wingsuit record for longest horizontal distance. He jumped from about 35,000 feet. So he and I are going around the ring road, 16 total jumps with some world-class skydivers. And we're going to dedicate each of the 16 jumps to one of our fallen.
Wow.
Memorial Day, every day for us is Memorial Day. So we want to keep their legacies alive, hence the name. And hey, we're still securing our legacies as well by pushing our bounds, by growing and keeping our brothers and our sisters' memories alive.
So you leave July 1st. Have you ever done this before in Iceland?
No, I've been to Iceland. I actually asked my wife to marry me in front of Skogafoss.
Oh!
She can't come on this trip, but so Iceland holds a specific spot in my heart.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I know that Men's Health also did a feature on your efforts. Talk to us about that.
Men's Journal did a feature on the Everest. It was a 6-page edition. Men's Journal has been one of our biggest supporters of this effort. And in fact, they're going to cover our next expedition, which is the 777, a world record attempt in January of 2023.
Okay, what's 777? Talk to us about that.
7 continents, 7 days, 7 skydives. The expedition leader is a man named Fred Williams, who is a retired SEAL, president of Complete Parachute Solutions, one of the best skydivers in the world in terms of extreme skydiving. And we are going to start in Antarctica, hit every continent. Wow. And the previous record is 7 months. We think we can do it in 7 days.
Wow.
And so we're putting the team together.
So I know that you have executives and CEOs who come on this, and you mentioned having veterans. How many veterans are able to come on these trips with you?
So for Everest, we had a total of about 15 on the manifest. Okay. For 777, depending on how the sponsorships come in, and if we get a dedicated aircraft, it could be about 30. So it's all dependent on the strength of our sponsors, and we're looking for good American sponsors that sort of believe in that American way.
Well, I think it's so important too, not only for the vets, but also these men and women who are leaders to really learn what it's like to be part of a team, as you mentioned, in the military. It's something that this training and skills you get in the military, you don't get anywhere else.
And for a lot of these CEOs that come with us, or these high-performing executives, they see how meticulous we are with the planning, how we mitigate risk to the lowest level. They're impressed by the skills that these special operators had. I mean, they did this for a living for 20, 30 years, and then they bring that to the private sector.
And that's why so many folks in the military are so good in the private sector as leaders, because they have the skills that you have, all of the leadership skills and the attention to detail. Look, if you're looking for somebody, I can certainly go to Iceland or wherever with you. I've jumped out of a plane twice, so I'd love to. I'll come with you guys.
We can make that happen.
We'll do the story.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike Sarraille, always great to have you. Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. We appreciate it.
Appreciate
of course. And stay with us. We've got a lot more coming in Wake Up America straight ahead. We'll be right back.